I think that puts him at about 10 points in 8 games or something close to that. And it's a good example. It's a good example for our team and for our young players that there are players that have difficult seasons. I think young players more that get to the three-quarter pole and decide that next year's a prime opportunity for them to play better. You know, that got lots of time in my career. I'll just wait. And Darcy struggled through a lot of injuries and saw his ice time get cut back to nothing. And you know, he reminds me a little bit of Kevin Dineen. You guys remember him? Kevin said once, and we were having some we were in that transition with Hartford. We had a lot of young kids coming in, and he made a comment one day that what these kids need to understand is the value of an opportunity. And that's stuck with me forever when you see young players come in and have an off night or a tough stretch and try to find other ways around being good players, or I'll just wait till next year attitude. I'm not saying that's in our room. I'm just, Darcy's a veteran guy that understands the value of an opportunity. Appreciates it. Been in the game long enough to understand that, you know, he'll admittedly say that he's had a tough start, but he didn't quit, and now he's starting. Now he's rolling. He's a good player.
You don't get that chance, though, or he doesn't get that chance to get invested in the first 10 minutes of that game.
He was all right. No, I mean, Vasa gave us what you expect from number one goaltenders on nights where you go 3 and 4 and against a team that just knows it, and they're working your D in the first 20 minutes of that period. They blow your doors off, and you know, that game's going one or two ways. Your goaltender gives you a chance, or shades of Florida, and that's why he's going to be a really good number one goaltender here for a long time, because he gives his hockey team a chance to survive.
Well, Darcy mentioned to us that this is also a tough time for him and his family because of the trade rumors. Do you get a chance to talk to a guy like him or the other guys and settle them down, or what do you say to them?
There's nothing to say to Darcy. He and I will joke every once in a while. We have he's got a real good personality. He's a lot more approachable than you think based on his face during the games. He's a real easygoing guy. He's a family guy, and but it has been difficult for him only because he takes it to heart. Most the guys there'll be guys that say, "Hey, this doesn't bother me." You're going to get a standard line in there. And there's some guys it really doesn't bother them, and some guys it bothers them a lot, and it bothers him a tremendous amount. The whole, I mean, you know what? I don't think the trade bothers him as much as that he's washed up. That part of the articles that have come out that he's done, that bothers him more than. That's that's speculation. We don't talk about that stuff, but Darcy, you know, he takes care of his own house. He can handle himself. He's been through difficult times. He's a survivor. I mean, he got to the NHL grinding his way in. He's going to grind his way out, but it's not going to be for a long time.
What do you tell him when you see those anonymous quotes about him being washed up?
Yeah, we did have a good chuckle about that one, because there's a lot of NHL executives talking to reporters, dumping on other teams' players. That happens every day. That's my shot. Let's move on. I like the man.
Anybody else?
Okay, thanks, guys.
Sometimes things happen for a reason, and we had a lot of injuries there for a while, and I got to play a bigger role. And I think it got my confidence back a little bit. And you know, sometimes the pucks start going in, you start feeling better about yourself. And you know, it's great to score goals, but you want to win hockey games and do it together as a group. Right? You know, it's tough reading the papers every day and knowing that you know, we have let down a lot of people in different ways, and it wears on you after a while.
It's amazing, though, Darcy, being an NHLer as long as you have, that confidence can be a precarious thing, even for the most seasoned of professionals.
Well, I think a lot of guys go through it at certain times of their career. It just depends how long it lasts. There's a couple of guys out in San Jose this year that have gone through it. You know, big-name players have gone through it throughout their careers to some extent. And I think everybody from time to time, it happens to. And it's been very difficult. I've had a lot of nights that I've went home and couldn't sleep wondering, when it was going to happen, and you get that feeling. I remember last year traveling the rink on a nightly basis, and it's just going to happen. You're going to play well and feel good about your game. And for lots of games this year, that drive down the rink was not a fun one, that's for sure.
Darcy, why now then are you able to find success in the sense that 10 days from the trade deadline, and so much, like you say, with the papers, I mean, there's so many speculation and rumblings around, and all of a sudden the last few weeks you find them in?
Well, I don't know. I think it's just, like I said, you start feeling good about your game. I don't think unless you played at this level and when you start scoring goals and you feel good, you get that little extra adrenaline in your body, and especially when you score early in the game, it always seems that you play well throughout the game. So